my actual eyesight. Is there the high drive? Deep center. Go, go, go. We're out of here. We're out of here. Say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A gold pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity
From our
soccer.
entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks. From the Rowan College of South Jersey campus here in Sewell, we welcome you to Roadrunner Network coverage of the Mercer County Vikings and the RCSJ Roadrunners here in women's soccer play. Both teams debuting their conference action slate in this 2024 fall. I'm Dan Wilkins here with Ben Nicholas on the camera tonight, and we've got a good matchup, especially here on a 79-degree day. Definitely feels a little hotter than that, but Mercer County already 2-1-1 on the Young campaign. This is their 5th game of the Young season. Meanwhile, RCSJ just 0-1. They fell to Hartford Community College of Maryland 3-0 all the way back in the last week of August. And now they're trying to get back, into the swing of things. But it's not easy to go over a week without a game period. So, we'll see how everything goes for RCSJ, but we'll go over starting lineups in just a moment for Mercer County, led by head coach Ron Stinson and assistant coaches Bryn Wilfing and Lee Holden. For the Vikings tonight, it's going to be Francesca Wright, Eva Stern, the freshman, Sierra Mitchell, Luana Nascimento, Annika Maringer, another sophomore, Fiona Madigan, Linnea Ramil, Mia Belton, Maryland Oriana, Laura Kuchars, and Selena Oliveira, who is in the goal tonight for the Vikings. And for RCSJ, led by head coach Stephen Hart, assistant coaches Kenyatta Collins, Lei Swetansky, and Nikki Tricacci. Their starting lineups tonight will be Emily Balsanti, Allison Blankenship, Riley Kogan, Lauren Graham is the goalkeeper, Leah Kling, Brielle Landwer, Rael Marshall, Isabella Moore, Ava Pino, Sarah Nasataki, and Alyssa Lauer. So, going to be a fun one tonight. Mercer County, as we said, 2-1-1. RCSJ 0-1 on the campaign. And these guys are lining up at midfield. And we will introduce the starting lineups from media professor Mike Wolverton.
Number 2, Francesca Wright. Number 3, Eva Stern. Number 6, Sierra Mitchell. Number 8, Luana Nascimento. Number 10, Annika Maringer. Number 12, Fiona Madigan. Number 15, Linnea Ramil. Number 17, Mia Belton. Number 20, Marilyn Oriana. And number 22, Laura Kuchar. The Vikings are coached by Ron Stinson, assisted by Brian Wilfing and Lee Holden. And now the starting lineup for the Roadrunners in goals. Number 1, Lauren Brown. Number 2, Sarah Misaki. Number 5, Alyssa Lahr. Number 6, Brielle Landwer. Number 8, Eva Pino. Number 10, Isabella Moore. Number 12, Emily Balsanti. Number 13, Riley Kogan. Number 14, Allison Blankenship. Number 16, Leah Kling. And number 24, Rael Marshall. Head coach of the Roadrunners is Stephen Hart, assisted by Kenyatta Collins, Leah Svetansky, Nikki Tricacci, and Greta Farstad. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise and remove your cap.
Back live here from the Roadrunner complex here in Sewell, as it's the Mercer County Vikings and the RCGC or RCSJ Roadrunners here for what will be Mercer County's 5th match of the season already here in the first week of September. And for RCSJ, it is just their 2nd. They fell back on Saturday, August 24th at Harford Community College by a score of 3-0. They went down 1 in the first half on an unassisted goal by Soraya Ramirez. Ramirez scored again very early in the second half, and then a goal from Gabby Burke in the 74th minute put the game away 3-0. For the rest of this week, though, RCSJ starts to ramp it up. They've got a doubleheader this weekend, Saturday the 7th. They play 2 community colleges from upstate New York. The Fashion Institute of Technology is at 2:30 on Saturday the 7th. And at 1:30 on the 8th will be Suffolk Community College, again, of New York. And then they've got one more match in the 10th on Tuesday, home versus Middlesex. And then on the 14th, again, another 2:30 p.m. match versus Sussex County. And then coming up for the Mercer County Vikings, they play Garrett at home. They've got back-to-back home matches, 2 o'clock on Saturday versus Garrett of Maryland, and then Brookdale NJ on Tuesday, September 10th. But as we said for Mercer County, their record this year, 2-1-1, with an opening loss to Suffolk, a tie versus Harcum, and back-to-back wins versus Potomac State and Montgomery Rockville. So 90 minutes of action here from the Sewell complex. We're getting ready to go here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon here from the Roadrunner complex. Mercer County on the right side of your screen in the green with gold accents, and the Roadrunners on the left side with white jerseys, blue and yellow accents. We are underway here from Sewell. Takes a shot off the face, and now already a breakaway from Riley Cogan, and it just missed a little bit high. And 15 seconds in, we already had a shot on goal. But this will be sent away by the Mercer goalkeeper tonight. That being number 99, sophomore Selena Oliveira. That's Mercer County now sending this one the other way. Sent away by Sarah Nasatki. And now Cogan again takes a shot off of Oliveira, and that's going to be a goal for the Roadrunners less than a minute into this one. Riley Cogan, after missing 15 seconds after the first whistle, already gets this one across, and it is 1-0 Roadrunners. Great piece of action there, being able to drive under pressure and get through that traffic. And now getting them on top right away. Number 16, Leia Kling on that one on the defensive side for the Roadrunners. Excuse me, Sarah Nasatki got on the goal, Cogan on the assist. And that'll be the first save of the night from the Roadrunners goalkeeper. That being number 1, Lauren Graham. While they bring this one up, let's take a look what the Roadrunners, actually we'll take a look in just a minute of what the Roadrunners were able to accomplish on that first goal here from Nasaki. Let's take a look into this one. Riley Cogan. Never mind, replay came in a little late there, so apologies. We're back on action here. 2:25 in the first and 1-0 Roadrunners. That's one of those things that happens a lot in community college soccer is kind of an early start that wanes a little bit as the minutes go on, especially with the Roadrunners getting such an early goal. That kind of puts it in the head of the Vikings that they have to get their act together, and they've got to get some points on the board, get some goals ahead. As that one goes over towards the Rowan Medicine parking lot, going over some renovations in the past couple of weeks. Of course, that's where we parked earlier this year for some soccer scrimmages, but all good things have to come to an end at some point. You're watching coverage of the RCSJ Roadrunners on top of the Mercer County Vikings 1-0 here very early in the first half from the Roadrunner Complex in Sewell. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, you can drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. Bringing that one across midfield, now in Mercer's possession. Now RCSJ gets it back after a quick touch by Kuchars, blocked by Oliveira, and now another soft touch and another block by Oliveira. It's a great way to hold the line after, giving up that first goal in the 55th second. And a couple of good touches there on the Mercer County defense were able to prevent that one from getting any further from the sophomore Laura Kuchars. And that one goes out. Roadrunners will throw it in. Taken in by number 16. That being Leah Kling. Mercer County gets the first touch here from number 3, Eva Sturm, the freshman. Getting blocked into a corner here, finally gets it out. Roadrunners got a touch on it, but now Francesca Wright over towards Maringer, excuse me. Keeps it on the ground and now goes back to Oliveira, who will take this one in far outside of that box. As we now reach the 5-minute mark. Again goes on the far side. Roadrunners driving here. Gets it all the way across. And Vikings get the ball back. Back towards Kuchars again. It goes over to Sturm. And Roadrunners again regain possession with number 6, Brielle Landwork. And this is going to be a breakaway that the Roadrunners are going to try to ride with Blankenship. Sends it over and just gets to Oliveira a little too early. As Kogan had a shot at that one. If the ball was placed a little bit further to the left, would have set up a great transition goal. But no cigar on that one. And still remains 1-0 Roadrunners. Again, Kuchars playing a big role in this defensive side. The Roadrunners have mostly had their way on the possession so far in the first 6 or 7 minutes. And she's had to play a lot of roles in keeping that ball from getting out of the way and keeping the ball in check and not towards Selena Oliveira. So, obviously there's a lot of tasks that go into being a defensive back on a team like this. Like we said, these guys already have a winning record. 2-1-1 on the young campaign. This is just their their first game against a New Jersey opponent. They did scrimmage Union back on the 20th. And Mercer County kicks this one out towards the near sideline. But as we said, their home opener was a 1-1 tie versus Harcum. And then a loss on Saturday the 24th versus Suffolk, New York. And back-to-back wins on the road versus Potomac State and Montgomery Rockville on August 30th and 31st, respectively. This will be a corner. It's looking good, but doesn't get there. But a great corner effort there by the Roadrunners and by Landwork. By the way, Harcum College, just about 50 minutes from here, out in Bryn Mawr, PA. Roadrunners deflect that one from going into their goalpost. Roadrunners again have possession here, trying to get that ball out of their side. Mercer County driving again with Sturm. The freshman sends this one wide to the right, but the Vikings still have possession. Sturm almost got it back, but now defers to Alyssa Lauer. Spin move by Ava Pino. Goes past Sturm, and Roadrunners will get the ball back with Alyssa Lauer. And once again, back to Pino. Pino cuts to the right, does a little reverse move, and goes over to Nasatki, who scored that first goal in the first minute of this afternoon's contest. That one's going to be way out. Little roller. Goes back to Graham. And she'll send this one away, but a hard charge from Strum, who will end up getting possession back. They lost possession really quickly there. Now Kuchars is there, and Roadrunners once again steal possession with Nasaki there. A little push, a little shove, and this one's up on the hill and over towards the booth. And this will be taken in by Nasaki. Oliviera keeps it on the ground, and now Mercer County looking to send this one the other way. Roadrunners again with possession. Mercer County getting a little better with holding off, or at least getting more possessions in general. The Roadrunners just seem to have their number in the first couple of minutes. And now Mercer County is starting to have more of these fluid possessions without really a worry about immediately giving the ball back up. And now that unfortunate fate has kind of fallen back on the Roadrunners. This one is going to be way out there. Nasatki goes towards the line, and it's out of play. Thrown in by Schwartz. Or by Kuchar, excuse me. Kuchars sends this one away, gets good distance on it. A little tug right at midfield between 10 and 12. Maringer on the possession there. Now this one goes back to the far sideline. Yasaki again has this one, but now it goes back to number 14, Blankenship. Had a great opportunity and a shot on goal a couple of minutes ago, but the Vikings thwart the situation on the deflection by number 12, Fiona Madigan, the sophomore. This one goes back to Marilyn Oriana. Sturm again goes to the right side. Nobody there to intercept, and the Roadrunners get the ball back. A little bit of power there from the forward Nasatki, and now Roadrunners are going to chase this one to the near sideline. It will stay in with number 13, Riley Kogan, who again assisted that first goal from Nasatki. Would be nice to see these guys do it again. Mercer County again working on the far sideline there. That one goes out of play. We've got just about 13 minutes into this one. This broadcast is brought to you by Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators. They will rock Sacred Heart Church in Riverton on Saturday, September 28th, with a whole slew of former professional wrestlers and semi-pro wrestlers who will be rocking South Jersey Underdog Wrestling's banners. Bell time is 7:30 and the admission is $20 per ticket. Make sure to stay tuned as it'll be Sacred Heart Church, 104 4th Street in Riverton. So we've got a fall there. Sturm keeps it on the ground and wide right of the goal. You can see current dog wrestling champion Breaker Morant along with former WWE Tag Team Specialist Tank Toland and also former ECW original Jim Molyneux as they all make appearances on Saturday the 28th at the Sacred Heart Church. And if you're a small business owner interested in sponsoring Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, you can send me an email at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. All funds go towards college expenses, and as I'm a student here at RCSJ, and also equipment expenses and travel costs for going to all these games. But it'll be fun, and all of the commercials you see here on DWB are filmed, edited, recorded, and produced by me and my wonderful crew. Packages start for as low as $250 for a 6-month deal. Again, send us an inquiry at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com, and we'll send you a flyer with information on how to get your name in the advertising game in front of 60,000 plus annual viewers. Mercer County with possession here just 14 and a half minutes into this first half. Right near midfield, Mercer County again. Once again, sending this ball towards no man's land, if you will. And for the first time in a couple minutes now, this will go back to Oliviera and back to Mercer County. Yeah, definitely the momentum from that first minute goal has most certainly slowed for the Roadrunners. And the last thing you want is you don't want that momentum to shift the other way towards Mercer. You still kind of want to ride the coattails for a little bit longer of that goal from Nasaki in the first minute. And with Kogan and everybody in this front half for the Roadrunners, definitely want to make that impact sooner rather than later if you want to put this game away early. But to be fair, like we said, Mercer's a very admirable team, already off to a winning record this year, and they've played much more than the Roadrunners have. They were supposed to play versus Camden County College last week on the 27th, but that game was canceled due to Camden County not having enough players for a women's team. And meanwhile, for the men's side, their NJCAA rankings came out this past week, and Camden County is the number 5 team in the country, partially aided in this. We posted it on Twitter last night. It went semi-viral. I would say maybe a couple thousand people saw it. Camden County, in their men's soccer game, had a monstrous win over Atlantic Cape Community College by a score of 33-0 in a soccer game. And I texted Coach Cameron, the head coach of Camden County men's soccer, and I said, "Is that right?" And he said, "Yep." He called it a statement win. I would say winning 33-0 is certainly a statement win, to say the least. I was going to say, yeah. Speaking of football, we do have a football triple header this weekend here on DWB. Thursday, which is tomorrow, we travel over to Gloucester to see the Lower Cape May Caper Tigers and the Gloucester Lions for a 6 p.m. kickoff. And then the big fish is on Friday, the Camden Panthers and the Kingsway Dragons. But now all attention is on this shot that goes a little bit too far over the middle. Had a good ball on it, but a hair too high, and this game remains 1-0 for another possession. As we said, 6 o'clock on Friday night will be a big one from Kingsway Regional High School. It's the Camden Panthers and the Kingsway Dragons. And then we go to our first of 4 games at Woodbury this season in a partnership with Woodbury High School on Saturday, September 7th for a 10:30 a.m. matchup between the Haddonfield Bulldogs and the Woodbury Thundering Herd. A little bit of contact there, but Mercer County fighting to get the ball back. Working hard on the edge of the sideline. And this one will go right back to Orellana. Tries to go through the legs, but gets blocked. Kuchar's now on a shot to the right of the goal by Anna Pacheco off the bench. We will have some subs coming in. This broadcast is brought to you by our good friends over at Garden State Pet Center. Visit today for the #1 stop in South Jersey to get your pet happy and healthy with the most organic food products available in South Jersey, along with toys, cages, accessories, and more. Visit 7 days a week at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon. On the ground. Takes a shot off the chest. Goes over towards Julia Fiat. And taken off by Brielle Landwehr. And now this one goes back to Kuchar's again. And over towards Fiona Madigan again. One-on-one. A little bump between the goalkeeper and Kogan. Calling for it is Graham. She'll take it in. For RCSJ coming up, they've got, in fact, a whole bunch of home games in a row. They only have one road game the entirety of the month of September. As now goalkeepers got to get back, as that one was a close call for Mercer. But as we said, Roadrunners are having a slew of home games coming up. Saturday, September 7th versus the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. Then Suffolk Community College, the team that Mercer fell to 6-2 back in August. They play them on Sunday the 8th. And then 2 home games next week with Middlesex on the 10th. And then Saturday the 14th, Sussex County. And then the 17th versus RCSJ Cumberland over at Rowan University, the main campus in Gloucester. The men and women's teams are having a doubleheader between Gloucester and Cumberland campuses. Time to be announced on that one. And then their only visiting game of the month is at Union College at 4:30 p.m. on Thursday, September 26th. Some good footwork there by number 7, Julia Fiat. But this one is eventually set away by number 8, Ava Pino again. Some great footwork to the left by Isabella Moore, number 10 on that play. Once again, hugging that far sideline. That one will go out towards number 24, Rael Marshall. Some more subs coming in here as we approach the 23rd minute here, right at the halfway point of the first half. Don't forget, DWB also picks up its high school soccer schedule on Wednesday, September 25th, in a high-stakes matchup in out-of-conference play between the Clearview Pioneers and the Delran Bears at 4 o'clock on Wednesday the 25th. And we've also got 2 more soccer games after that in the month of October, maybe some more to be scheduled. But it is Thursday, October 3rd, 5 o'clock start between the Pittman Panthers and the Audubon Green Wave. And then October 8th, which will be another Tuesday night, that will be the Delsea Crusaders and the Cumberland Colts. Thrown in by the Roadrunners and by Landwork. Good crossover by Emily Belsanti. And defers back to Leah Kling. Leah Kling. Oh boy, getting public call-outs here. You can blame Mike Wolverton for that one. We didn't consult with him on that one. Here comes a shot, blocked by Graham, who falls to her left. She'll send everyone out as she gets ready to send this one away. Still 1-0 Gloucester. I mean, you kind of got a dream start to the game, a goal in 55 seconds, and then radio silence since. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. They're letting the plays develop. They're letting everything kind of come to them, but we haven't seen more than 1 or 2 breakaways from the Roadrunners since that first goal. But we haven't really seen anything from Mercer County either. You know, it's one of those things where you have some games that aren't necessarily high-scoring or low-scoring, but they just end up, you know, kind of turning into a standoff, a little bit of a stalemate. And it's whoever can get momentum quicker is the one who ends up netting the goals. Oliviera is there. Takes that one off the right foot, a couple hops, and sends that one away back to the Vikings on the far sideline. By the way, if you're an RCSJ student and you're interested in doing the job that we do, Ben and I, you can join the RCSJ Sports Media Club. Send us a DM on Instagram at DW Broadcasting, and we will add you to the prospective social media groups, and we can get you involved in the sports communications industry, whether you're a radio, TV, and film or sports media major or not. Doesn't matter what major you are. If you're interested in sports photography, we're also looking for a sports photographer to be involved in it, and you can also get paid for doing the work by applying to be a student worker through the institution. So send us an email with the email in the description of this video, or you can send us a DM on Instagram, and we will get you hooked up and involved in the sports media industry as soon as possible. But yes, 100%. Have a decent amount of people right now in commentary and production, which always looking for more, but 100% need some sports photographers who are interested in getting the work done and getting themselves out there. That always helps. Roadrunners get this one back. With about 18 and a half to play in this first half, here comes that breakaway. It is straight on. Off the leg of Casey Marshall and blocked by Oliviera. I mean, a great try there. Just couldn't really get, you know, all of those parts together. I mean, that ball was basically straight on. Oliviera had a great read on it, and we're going to have a foul here. I mean, we're 27 minutes into this one. Oh, clock's going to stop here. That'll be a yellow card. That's our first foul of the night, and we're 27 minutes in. I'm a little surprised, but I mean, this game hasn't been all that physical. Not necessarily that there's a good or bad side to that, but
Definitely not as chippy as the last game.
definitely not as chippy, no. All right, this one's going to be sent away by Laura Kuchars, the sophomore. Let's see what she's got. That'll be a little high, and it just banks off of the netting on the left side, but outside of the goalpost. And we're back running here with 18 minutes and counting left in the first half. I'm Dan Wilkins here with Ben Nicholas on the camera tonight, Emmy-winning camera operator for Sterling High School. We're both freshmen here at RCSJ. Again, if you're interested in joining the RCSJ Media Club, as long as you're a student, you don't have to be a part of a media-related major. You could just send us an email with interest, and we'll get you on board. This one's sent away by Graham. Again, great touch there by Julia Fiat. She's had some great footwork tonight, looking to tie the game, but it gets knocked out at the last second. And this will go out to the far side. Of course, the men's team plays Mercer County tomorrow night at 4 p.m. before playing on Saturday the 7th at 12 o'clock versus Montgomery County in the Broncos. Good ball on this one from Sarah Kirchner. Over the middle again. And that one is blocked by Moore. Sent over on the far near sideline. Kuchars again on it. Keeps this one on the ground. And once again goes back to Anna Pacheco. Here for the Vikings. And here comes another breakaway and going to be called for an offside here. Liar? Oh. We just have to. I'll get another one at halftime. About 15 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 Roadrunners. Definitely an interesting start. I mean, it just seemed like Mercer wasn't off to the right footing as they allowed a goal 55 seconds in. But now the Roadrunners, riding the coattails of that, have had some good defense in the goal. And goes back over, shoulder to shoulder. RCSJ has already been the victim of a yellow card tonight. No reds or nothing really chippy, just some physical defense. Kind of shows you can keep it physical while also keeping it clean and civil and not making anything crazy there. That one, no foul called there. On the hit to number 7, McKinley Sealski. Back at midfield, off the foot of Alyssa Lauer. Mercer County again on possession by Sturm. Going back the other way, Lauer again on possession. Blocked by Brianna Moon. Gets taken away again. Moon has possession again in double coverage, gets around it, and it'll go out. Mercer County will throw this one in with Kuchars. Again, a quick throw. Vikings keep possession with Sturm. They're near the goal. They're in the box. Have a chance to make something work here. They don't get it. Back-to-back touches there. We're going to have subs. Coming in at the 32-20 mark.
Goes back out to Oliveira. Line drive. Roadrunners very quickly regain possession. As Moore once again has it. Now it goes back to Moon. Goes all the way over to Landwehr. And now over to Lauer. Moon again, back to Lauer. And Sturm intercepts for the Vikings. Goes over to their number 17, Mia Belton, a freshman. One of many on this Vikings roster. Line drive blocked by Rael Marshall again, who's had some good highlights on defense as well. As we're about 10 minutes and a chunk of change to go here in this first half. Don't forget, we still got 45 minutes of action after this one. In our first RCSJ on-campus soccer feature of the year. We covered the men's team when they fell to Camden County 5-0 back in August 27th. But that was at the Rutgers Camden Community Park. And Roadrunners again driving across midfield here. Going to have a good chance. Chance to make something happen here over on the far sideline. Defended by Luana Nascimento. And this will be a corner as Nasatki had the last touch on that one. But here comes a liner from the corner. Not necessarily a corner kick. Header. No good. Blocked by the Vikings. Blocked specifically by Kuchars. Roadrunner takes a hit. And a roller straight to Oliveira. It just seems like they've had a lot of opportunities. They're not exactly wasted opportunities because they're still great opportunities. She just hasn't had the best stroke of luck. Sturm and Fiat working well together, but a 2-on-2 battle ends up going back in the favor of the Roadrunners as Moon takes this one over the middle. Once again, changes hands to Madigan. Goes to Fiat. Line drive. Gets some great distance on it off the boot of Moore. Again, back towards Nasatki, who had that first goal 55 seconds into this one. Taken in by Graham. More subs coming in here with about 8 minutes left in the first half. Mercer 0, Roadrunners 1.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, miscommunication about the subs. Got to make sure you don't have too many gals in the field or on the pitch. And Kuchars will throw this one in right near the short sideline. And close call at that. On the header by Sturm, and now a bulldozer over at the far end. Sturm passes over to Kirchner. Goes back to Kling. And Marshall again. Liner over the middle by Oliveira. That one goes out towards the Viking sideline. Shoulder to shoulder, back to back with Moon and Fiat. Goes back to Belton. Passes it to Ramil. Mercer County sends this one straight on to Graham. On a hop, she'll take it in. And with now under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Graham sends it away, gets a low angle on it, but it will take a couple hops, land right at midfield. Taken in by Nascimento. And Sturm has it again, going back towards Moore. Cuts to the left. This will be a good setup on the ground, but didn't have the velocity to get that one in the goal. And a good trap there by Graham. You'd imagine that game's tied if that ball had a little bit more zip on it. But a very slow roller. Might have been tipped as well on its way towards Graham. But we'll see if Mercer County can even the score before the half, or if we end up going into this half with a 1-0 score in one of the more unorthodox ways. Pass back from Landwehr to Pino. Back to the defense and Lauer. Lauer with a 3-touch goes back to Kuchars. So many great touches from Kuchars here in this first half. Setting up her offense well, and another slow roller taken in by Graham. And with 3 minutes now in the first half. Rolling it in, Mercer County almost, and they do retain possession. This is going to be tough. It gets past, a little tangle in the box. Now Mercer County has it again, another liner off the crossbar. Another shot opportunity, and this time another one off the crossbar. Wow. I mean, that is a close call and a half if I've ever seen one. First shot goes off the crossbar with the goalie down, and then the second one goes off the crossbar, and this time rolls out of play. I mean, that was a series of unlikely events there as Mercer, closest as they have gotten all afternoon to finally tying up that score box. But, I mean, you know, if you're Mercer County and you're, your head coach Ron Stinson, probably going to be thinking a lot about that sequence of events. Blocked right at the lower third by Lauer. And about 100 seconds left. Yeah, they're going to do a corner here. And again, this might be one of Mercer County's best opportunities to score, considering how close they were a minute ago. Now they're going to set this one up with Kuchars. Gets whiffed on there. Now it's in no man's land. You got two Vikings going forward on the far sideline. And we got a foul here and a whistle out of play. As we set our next broadcast, we'll be tomorrow, Thursday, September 5th, over at Gloucester High and J.A. Lynch Field for Thursday night football between the Lower Cape May Caper Tigers and the Gloucester Lions. 6 o'clock kickoff from Gloucester High. Hope to see you there. Under a minute left in the first half. Roadrunners lead 1-0. Again, Nasanki, the only goal tonight from either side, and it came 55 seconds in. And we haven't had anything since. I thought maybe with how crazy that goal was, I thought we may have seen a more proactive first half, but it's not that these teams haven't been productive. They've had a lot of opportunities, but there's been good goal defense on both sides. Just one slip up there from Mercer County in the first minute, has kind of left that stain, but they've still played really good tonight. They've had a lot of great defensive actions, and they've kept the Roadrunners from scoring more. That's going to be a block, and with 10 seconds left, they've got time for maybe one more play. Driving hard down the far sideline is Mitchell. And a 3 and a 2 and a 1 and a Happy New Year, as that will end the first half. And the Roadrunners, in an unusual turn of events, end up scoring in the first minute with nothing more. I guess they didn't need a whole lot more to take the first half lead, but we'll be right back. We've got a 15-minute break here at the Roadrunner Complex. It is Mercer County 0 and RCSJ 1 after 45 minutes of action here from Sewell. We'll be right back. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Launches one foul. See, Mostero's doing us a service here. Or excuse me, D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro is doing us a service here. He's letting us have this conversation by having a long at-bat. But a lot of people are still caught up in the D1 or bust mentality. Listen to this crowd. Listen to this crowd. We'll talk about that later. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Clapping it up here for the Roadrunners. 2-2. Here's a fly ball out towards center field. This one's going back, and this one is gone! 3-run homer! D'Alessandro! And it's a 1-run game at the crack of the bat. 5-4. 3-run shot to center field. Trailing towards the right center, and the cleanup man does exactly what the position orders. Cleaning up. And he does it incredibly well with a 5-4 game. He battles for 11 pitches. We'll lead it off for the Senators. Chase Rollins, the player manager for CHP, gets it started with a ball upstairs, and we are underway in game 1. 1-0. That one is hit well out towards left, and it is gone off the top of the goalpost. Shane Adamski with a thunderous start to his playoff series. Second pitch of the game, a solo homer to left, and before I could even write the first name down in my scorecard, it's 1 zilch. Late switch for the visitors. Again inside their 5. Oh, they're going to pitch this one back for the flea flicker. Touchdown, West! Oh my goodness! Taking inspiration from Nick Foles and Trey Burton. I think they just pulled off the Philly special. That is the greatest touchdown I have ever seen. Well, maybe not the greatest touchdown I've ever seen. Maybe that's stretching a little bit, but one of the greatest touchdowns we've seen in a long time. And it's a tie game. They were able to get out unscathed in the 3rd, but now the 4th isn't looking so kind. There's a high drive, deep center, way back, and it is out of here! John Pelosi! 3-run home run! He's left the building to dead center! And John Perozzi's blown this game wide open. Have yourself a celebration, Johnny. Will lead it off for the Senators. Chase Rollins, the player manager for CHP, gets it started with a ball upstairs, and we are underway in game one. 1-0. That one is hit well out towards left, and it is gone off the top of the goalpost. Shane Adamski with a thunderous start to his playoff series. Second pitch of the game, a solo homer to left, and before I could even write the first name down in my scorecard, it's 1-0.
Welcome back here from the Roadrunner Complex. 45 minutes through, 45 minutes to go here in the Mercer County Vikings and Gloucester Roadrunners matchup here, as just getting ready to send this one away to start the second half of tonight's contest. Been an interesting one so far. Some good defensive efforts from both sides, but the defining moment of the game was Nasadki's goal in the first minute. And now the second half shall begin with a 1-0 Roadrunners lead. You're watching. Oh, didn't take long for us to get a foul. After going 27 minutes in the first half without a foul, now we just have to wait 10 seconds. Roadrunners now switching sides. Still Graham in the game as the keeper for the Roadrunners, and still for the Vikings, Selena Oliveira. Back at midfield, Mercer County defending. Laura Kuchars has really been one of the more influential figures tonight. She's played both sides of the ball really well. She's been able to set up nice passes for the Vikings, but also has been a fierce competitor on defense. Definitely deserves that recognition there from the sophomore. And speaking of Kuchar, she is going to send this free kick away after the foul on the Roadrunners. Goes over, header by the white and gold, goes over now, and the Roadrunners trying to send this one the other way. Another header, a spin move, getting knocked down, Nasadki, and it goes right back into the hands of Graham. So good block there, and that one goes out of play. Mercer County to throw in. And it'll be thrown in by Sierra Mitchell. Goes right past the Roadrunners, and that one's blocked, diving to the left by Graham. Definitely one of the closer calls we've seen so far. I mean, we've seen a handful of shots on goal that are just kind of slow rollers or hanging liners that don't have too much of a chance. That one was probably the closest so far, besides those two crossbar shots late in the first half of Mercer County tying this game, and that one will roll into the parking lot. As we said, we've got a DWB football triple header coming up this weekend. Thursday, August. I keep thinking it's August because it's nice and warm outside, but Thursday, September 5th, 6 o'clock kickoff between the Lower Cape May Caper Tigers and the Gloucester Lions. And then another 6 p.m. kickoff on Friday night, probably our biggest football game of the year and probably the biggest one we've ever had here on DWB. The Camden Panthers and the Kingsway Dragons at 6 o'clock on Friday night from Mullica Hill and Kingsway Regional High School. Saturday, September 7th, will be a nice matchup between the Haddonfield Bulldogs and the Woodbury Thundering Herd. Our first of 4 games in a partnership with Woodbury High School. We'll be covering all of their home games, including September 14th versus Salem and the early October home games versus Penns Grove and Willingboro. Mercer County having a couple of successful touches, but the Roadrunners taking over here. Again deflected by Ramil. And that one rolls out on the short sideline. Another good save by Graham. A good kick in the air. Hit Kuchar's at an awkward angle. And she will walk off okay, but just kind of an unusual predicament there. And Kuchar's again on this one. Sends the Roadrunner to the ground. And this is going to be a close call for Oliviera. Has to kind of backpedal on that right foot. And another close call here, and they're going to say that one's out. Over the middle again, right at midfield. Mercer County again trying to drive the other way. They've been a little bit more successful so far early in this second half of completing those possessions. I think somebody got spiked there for Mercer County, is hopping on one foot. And now trying to shake it off. Another player goes down and a foul is called. After a couple of incidents there, that was on the far sideline, Marilyn Orellana, who was kind of hopping on just her right foot after maybe being spiked. I'm not sure, but this will be a free kick after another foul on RCSJ, their second of the half. Here comes to the left, and that'll hop and go out of play. On the free kick by Madigan. Didn't touch anybody, just kind of a straightaway liner. Kling sends that one away. Started that possession there for the Roadrunners. Now this goes all the way out on the outer bends. And Sturm trying to defend there. Finally gets one off the left foot. Line drive, a beautiful play, but just couldn't finish it. And Graham took a shot as well. But would have been a beautiful execution there by the freshman Sturm, who has definitely proven herself to be a force to be reckoned with, even with Mercer County still scoreless. Graham sends this one to the right side, and immediately after being slow to get up, Madigan is right back with him. Setting this up well, just a hair high. And out of play. We'll have one sub coming in for Mercer. After taking a bit of a shot there, Madigan out and Ramil back in. And we might have a late switch for the Roadrunners, too. they just told them they gotta wait for the next sub. They ran out of time. They were just about to run out there at the green pennies, but I was gonna say, you can't just throw in a sub last second. Graham lines this kick to the left, sets it up well for Kling. Hugging that short sideline, gets a little shove out by Merringer. That one's out of play. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 95% of students pass their first driving test with Harper. And if you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. Again, DWB and the RCSJ Roadrunner Network is looking for small business owners to be partners and advertisers on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. If you're interested in advertising with us, packages for commercials start for as low as $250 for a 6-month package. You can send us an email with an advertising inquiry today at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That's also in the description of this YouTube video. You can also send us an email or a message on any of our social media platforms, and we'll send you a flyer with information on how to get your name in the advertising game here in South Jersey. Mercer County driving, trying to defend their goal all the way towards the corner, and on one hand she'll pick it up. Great effort there by Casey Marshall, but just no cigar on that one, and it goes back to Mercer County having to defend their net again. High flyer gets knocked down, and here comes a drive from Rael Marshall, excuse me.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Mercer County once again driving here, shot by Oriana, who stayed in the game after having a foot problem a couple minutes ago. Now this one goes back. And now we'll have another sub coming in for the Roadrunners. So a busy week ahead on our schedule, and we should note after the football triple header on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we are back for more women's soccer action on Sunday, September 8th for a 1 o'clock start versus Suffolk Community College in New York. That one's out of play. Just over a half hour left in this second half. I just still can't believe we haven't had any more offense other than that one goal less than a minute in. I mean, usually sometimes you have a 0-0 game and it gets broken up late. This time, Roadrunners decided to cut out the middleman, score early, and now have it's evened out. It's mellowed out pretty significantly since the first couple of minutes. I really thought after the first minute, I was like, oh, Mercer County isn't who we thought they were, but they absolutely are who we thought they are. They're a very respectable club, and we've seen a lot of great highlights from them so far. They just haven't been able to execute in the goal and break up the goose egg. I mean, other than that, they've had a very respectable game. You know, the fact that they're down 1-0 and still fighting, still coming back here. Really interesting to see how they can develop from that. But for an out-of-conference game, it'll be definitely interesting on Sunday between RCSJ and Suffolk, because these two teams kind of have a mutual opponent in that. Mercer County played Suffolk back in late August and lost by a score of 6-2. So now when the Roadrunners come to town versus Suffolk, maybe that story will be a little different and maybe it'll be a little similar. I'm not sure. If these two teams are such similar calibers, as that one is blocked at the 11th hour. Roadrunners get it back. Moore has this one deep in her own corner. And it's brought back out to Blankenship. Or excuse me, to Casey Marshall again. A whiff on that one gives an opportunity for the Vikings to come back from Orellana. And the Roadrunners again regained, or almost regained possession, but it goes back to Wright, who sends it to Mitchell. Gets blocked. Threading the needle. Landing on the behind and goes over towards Annika Maringer again. We're going to have a foul here. In soccer, that's what I call a Dale Sr. move right there. That's what I like to call it. Wanted to rattle her cage a little bit. But, hey, I mean, for a physical game that it's been, for 99% of it, it's been very clean, very civil. I've only seen one yellow card, but even then it wasn't like wasn't a feisty yellow card. It was just letter of the law kind of thing. Which is always welcome. It's nice to see these clean soccer games where, you know, people aren't out to try to target each other and make, you know, unsportsmanlike hits. And Oliveira way out there takes a shot. And another hit there. Way out of the box, Oliveira there. They're going to stop the clock with 29:16 left in the half. As Oliveira, their goalkeeper, has gone down. The athletic trainer coming out. I mean, she was well out of the box. It wasn't like she got trucked into, but got hit pretty well. And an unfortunate situation, no matter how you slice it. There's the referee standing there. Again, being attended to by Roadrunners staff. Hopefully she's okay, but I don't think she was expecting that. So 29:16 left in the first half. We'll take a quick break right after this. We'll lead it off for the Senators. Late switch for the visitors. Again inside their 5. Oh, they're going to pitch this one back for the flea flicker. Touchdown, West! Oh, my goodness! Taking inspiration from Nick Foles and Trey Burton. I think they just pulled off the Philly special. That is the greatest touchdown I have ever seen. Well, maybe not the greatest touchdown I've ever seen. Maybe that's stretching a little bit, but one of the greatest touchdowns we've seen in a long time. And it's a tie game. We're back here in the 61st minute as Selena Oliveira, clutching her left shoulder, or the left chest area, but still staying in the game after taking a hit. Time was called for an injury timeout and a couple of substitutions made for Mercer County. And they will send the whistle and send this game back into motion with 29:16 left in the first, in regulation. This one's going to go into no man's land towards the short sideline, but it stays in long enough for an opportunity for Pino. Runs a little wide to the right. They've got a shot. Oh, and it just missed. Runs parallel. And a good opportunity there, but just missed it. And this game remains 1-0. And Mercer County will send this one away from number 12, Fiona Madigan. Roadrunners have possession. Had a great shot to score on Oliviera there. But just couldn't execute there. Shot ran a little parallel, and this one's going to go into the Rowan Medicine parking lot, which is under construction, but there's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and South Jersey always overdoing it on the construction.
Don't even talk about I-95.
Oh, yeah. Roadrunners again have possession, trying to get blocked there by Francesca Wright. This one's going to go towards the Mercer County goal. Running side by side. Going down, trying to keep it in, will be Kogan, and it will barely go out of play, as we do have a Mercer County player down. And she will very slowly stand up there, clutching at, appears to be her right hand. That's number 8, Luana Nascimento. Speaking of number 8, this one goes to the Roadrunners number 8, Pino, and takes a couple hops, bounces to Oliviera. Back to Landwehr, who takes it on a hop. Lauren Graham takes it again. Liner over the middle. Gets stopped short of midfield. And that one went out. So another handful of subs coming in. Mercer County, head on, blocked, stays in just long enough. Hold on here, no whistle. And it's going to stay in for Sierra Mitchell, who plays that ball perfectly. Goes back to Louise Stritch. I mean, a great chance there for, and some great IQ, heads-up playing there from Mercer County. Not giving up. She put up her hand. She was ready for that ball to come out, and it just stayed in. You play until the whistle blows. And that was a good opportunity to showcase herself there. And they're going to call a handball here. Although, to be fair, handball is a sport now, so they turned a penalty into a multi-million-dollar industry. It's going to be a free kick here for Mercer County.
I wonder when roughing the passer is going to become a sport.
Exactly. That's just wrestling. Roughing the passer as a sport is just wrestling. 24-32 left in the second half. Ready to go. Telling the Roadrunner player to back up. And away we go. A chance to tie up this game. Got it. Mercer County ties it up on a free kick from number 12, that being Fiona Madigan. And this game, after about 65 minutes of no offensive action, now turns into a 1-1 game. Back underway here. Fiona Madigan, sophomore out of Dublin, Ireland, and Fingal Community College. And keep in mind, she scored as a defender, thanks to that free kick. And she'll have another one right here, this time from much further out. A great shot there. Mercer County with a lot of international players. The freshman Laura Kucharth out of Singen, Germany, and Friedrich Wolfer Secondary School. And they do have their handful of New Jersey products. Vivian Kessler out of Hamilton and Steinert High School. And Annika Maringer, another product out of Germany with Asperg, Germany. Sierra Mitchell, a sophomore out of Ewing, the home of the Blue Devils. And you also have another handful of international players, including some from Brazil. Natalia Villanueva out of Bordentown. Another handful of Steinert players. Hannah Worrell out of Florence. So you've got a healthy mix of international and... Nice call, Ben. Nice save. I didn't want to stick you with the bill.
Me neither.
So another handful of subs coming in now that this game is tied at 1-1. This one again hugging the short sideline. That one will go out. Mercer County throwing it in. Last touch on that possession was by Silsky. Touched off the left shoulder by Madigan again. Remember, RCSJ looking for their first win or even their first draw of the campaign. They fell to Hartford Community College all the way back on August 24th by a score of 3-0.
A very windy day.
Yeah, relatively windy. Nothing too crazy, but I'll take the wind and 78 degrees really any day. Roadrunners in Mercer County trading the possessions back-to-back here. Here we go. Good opportunity to make things right here. A push-off and a foul. I think that one was about as clear as you can get. That'll be on Mercer County here. I mean, literally.
Shove
Not only a shove, but also you can see Isabella Moore's reaction. She just put up her hands like, you know, what are we doing here? But, again, a defensive but clean game, to say the least. Only one yellow card tonight. And this will be sent away by the Roadrunners. Roadrunners will send this one away looking to break the stalemate at 1-1. It's up. And Oliveira on a can of corn there saves it. Line drive by Oliveira. This one's going to be right over midfield. And now nobody's even touched the ball. Now it's already heading back to Lauren Graham. As a little too much mustard on that one. Again fighting for the ball on the short sideline. Over to Francesca Wright. And back to Louise Stritch, number 4, out of play. With a hair over 18 minutes left in this regulation period. That one's out of play. Some more subs in. Here in the 72nd minute of this one. Roadrunners playing tough defense here. That one's up. Gets a high angle on it, but not the best distance. Going back and forth again. Roadrunners trying to get this one out. I mean, they've kind of put themselves in a box here. Just heard a darn it from the field. Usually don't hear those. Usually hear the PG-13 version. It's better than some of the things we've heard said by soccer players when things don't go their way. Headed towards the far corner. This one goes right to Graham. Knocks it down with her foot. Oh, look at this. Almost caught Graham off guard on the touch by Stritch, but they narrowly avoid what would have been a very precarious situation. And again, running back and forth here. This one goes out to Selena Oliveira. Lines this one on the ground. And now we've got some breakaways here. They're 2-on-1, so the Roadrunners don't have a complete advantage. Keeps it in. Short sideline. And that one's out. Out of play. Roadrunners take this one in, bats off the chest. And that one goes out of play. Mercer County says they get possession here, and we'll have 2 subs coming in for the Vikings. This will be thrown in by Mitchell. Player goes down for the Roadrunners. That'll be a foul on the Vikings. This will be a free kick by the Roadrunners. Just a hair under 14 minutes left in regulation. Coming down to the wire here. It'll be sent away by Pino. A little short, goes back, and they're going to get called on that one. So I think offsides is going to be called there. The kick from Pino went very close flying to the goal from Nisaki, who would have had her second of the night and her second of the season. Then goes over to Mercer County. Roadrunners working in heavy traffic, and a whistle's going to blow there. Graham will send this one away. And now a whistle blows a little later than we would have thought, but you definitely hear the disgruntled dissent from the home faithful. So 1-1 game with under 12 minutes now. Line drive on the free kick by the Roadrunners, intercepted by the Vikings. Now Roadrunners again have possession. One-on-one, goes in for it, doesn't get it. Vikings throw this one in. So after a contentious call, things are heating up, and now Vikings have a breakaway, and just missed to the left. I don't even know if she got a hand on it, but just a very close call there from both Graham and the striker on that kick, Luis Stritt. This will be a corner. So another few subs here, one for RC and one for Mercer. Went with a non-straightaway corner. Here's a line drive, has a good angle, just missed. And officially under 10 minutes here in regulation. That intensity will heat up with every passing minute. Graham takes a slow roller. Whistle blown. Out of play and a couple of subs in. Not sure if they're going to call corner here or... And if they do, looks like Kuchars is going to kick it from the corner. All they got to do is block it here. That is a little bit wide. Was a little bit wide right as it went behind the netting. Whistles blow here. Oh, Graham almost bobbled that. Oh, wow, they left that opportunity wide open for Mercer County to take this one back. With Sturm leading that charge. Ball went back to Mitchell. It's out of play. Runners will throw it in. With 6 minutes left in regulation, ball goes out again. This will be thrown in again by the Roadrunners and again by Nisaki. Good footwork there to cross that ball over, get it through the heap of traffic. But Mercer County's going to get it back. They've got a breakaway for Sturm, and Graham will take it in. One goal in each half. Roadrunners, their only goal tonight has been in the first minute from Nisaki. Remember, if this game does not have a tie-breaking goal, if we do go to overtime, it will be 2 sudden death periods of 2 10-minute overtimes in that sudden death format, basically the same as New Jersey high school soccer, with no clock stoppages during substitutions, which differs from the NCAA rule. And the clock only stops when a goal is scored, when a referee indicates a stoppage for an injury, or when there is a caution or ejection card thrown out on the field. I mean, the clock doesn't stop anyway for substitutions now, so that only applies at NCAA. I think it's Division I where that applies. Over the middle. That gets sent away from Moon. But Mercer County again gets the possession back, but in a less favorable position. Now that ball gets blocked and sent out of play. Things getting a little feisty here. This will be sent away by Mercer. Over the head, just got past Oriana, and it's out of play. Another close call. Under 3 minutes now in regulation. Remember, there's no extra time in a situation like this where the officials do not keep time. The official clock is held on the scoreboard above us here at the Roadrunner complex at midfield. Here comes a liner. That one just missed and into the parking lot. So 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Like we said, if this game does not end in regulation, we would have 2 sudden death periods of overtime followed by a draw. And 2 minutes officially on the clock now. Everything's coming down to the wire here, and it has been ever since Mercer got that first goal of theirs in the 72nd minute. Roadrunners trying to barrel through like a bull in a china shop. And Vikings get the ball back again. Working hard. That one's taken in by Megan Zieger. And a one-on-one battle here led by Nasatki. But she loses control of it, and the Vikings will bat it around again. Little collision, but no harm, no foul as we enter what will be the final minute of regulation. Remember, with the official clock here operated electronically, no time is held on the field. And instead, that is the official scoreboard. So no extra time, no guessing when the whistle's going to be blown. And now it goes back to the Roadrunners with more. Breakaway. Oliveira goes down, and now we are going to have whistles blown and a red card on the Roadrunners. Red card called on Nasatki, it looks like. Wow. That's a big blow in the final 30 seconds. So Roadrunners take a big blow in the final 29 seconds of this second half when the game came down to the wire, and that went on Nasatki, who gets tossed after the red card. Who scored the first goal of the game and the only goal of the game for the Roadrunners 55 seconds in. Clock will resume with 27 seconds and counting. Little shove there for Mercer County, and a foul is called. Now the Roadrunners are going to go right to work. They're not even going to set it up with a running start. And now Mercer County sets it up, and it's in for a goal in the final 10 seconds. 8 seconds remain on the clock, and Mercer County miraculously just swept this game right out of the Roadrunners' pockets. 2-1. Eva Sturm, the freshman, gets that one going. 5 seconds. They're not going to get anything off in time, and that'll do it. Mercer County, unbelievable. What a win for the Vikings. They take this one 2-1 in a goal scored in the final 10 seconds. I thought for sure this game was going to go to overtime. There wasn't a lot of momentum on both sides, but you know what? I think that red card on the Roadrunners, contentious call or not, that gave the Vikings the fuel to make that one final drive down the pitch and get the score at the final 11th hour. So how about that? Vikings improved to 3-1-1 on the campaign. Roadrunners fall to 0-2 as they get set for their Saturday and Sunday weekend slate between the Fashion Institute of Technology on Saturday and Suffolk on Sunday. We will not be in town. We are booked for Saturday, but we will be back on Sunday for the matchup versus Suffolk at 1 o'clock. Our next broadcast in general will be on Thursday, tomorrow, 6 o'clock, for a 6 o'clock kickoff between the Lower Cape May Caper Tigers and the Gloucester Lions. So that will be it tonight. Stay tuned for more information on our Instagram page, DW Broadcasting, for more information on our football triple header. Gloucester on Thursday, Kingsway on Friday, and Woodbury on Saturday morning. That'll be all for us tonight here on DWB and the RCSJ Media Club. From our entire crew, our social media coordinators, Brandon the Kegerland and Keely Curran, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rail, Caleb Lane, and Nelson Reeves. My camera guy, Ben Nicholas. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow from J.A. Lidgefield in